Yeah.
But does it have a hardening agent?
Yeah, it does.
It doesn't stay as, so I've used silicone for like plumbing and stuff, right? So it doesn't stay as flexible as that. Though.
Yeah, you have
That's
to
kind of a
add.
problem.
I tried it once and I was like, it's just not. I don't know. You have to add like cornstarch and some other. I don't remember what it's not. It's not acetone, but it's something else to make it thinner.
Yeah, because this comes out thick because you want to use it to like if you're
yeah.
you're doing tile or something, right? And you want a nice wet proof seal. It's gonna work fine, but like it stays kind of rigid.
Yeah.
It's not as flexible as this stuff.
How am I doing?
That's
a couple minutes. Couple minutes.
and you know that little jar of, what is it called, that thickens it?
5X.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna talk about that in just a minute too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But thank you. All right. That's good enough. All right. So we're gonna pour. Oh, was that something I got some in there?
You dripped a little.
I don't know. I just don't know if I dripped raw silicone on there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't want it to.
Resist.
Yeah. Oh, also the other thing to know, we'll do this on here. The silicone doesn't know the difference between like the texture or like a texture you put on top of it. So like if you want to, you can like add this, right? Like, and it would record, when you cast it then, it would also have the smiley face on it every time. So if you want to add on to it, you can also do that. I don't want that though.
Can you add the object after you've poured it?
No, because then it would be on the,
Right.
you need to add it before.
Mm.
Yeah, so if you have like a leaf on here or something, but you don't want the silicone to be able to go underneath it. So you could potentially hot glue it down or something like that. And then,
So with my branch that we talked about adding to my,
hold on 2 seconds, I just want to mention something. Okay, so this is self-degassing, which is totally fine, but if it's not a self-degassing one, you can aid in getting the gas out by like making a thin stream like this so the air bubbles get out as you go. This one's self-degassing, so it doesn't matter that much. Maybe this is going to be a perfect, maybe I don't need the OSB. Okay, go ahead, Kazi.
no, I can't remember.
Your brand.
Oh, yeah, so, yeah, well, I'm gonna have to ask you questions about how I'm gonna do the wood and the bark and the,
Yeah.
because the branch is not flat against the bottom, so, but I have to,
That's where we're heading next. That's a
All
great.
right.
Okay, so when you're done with this, I would just leave this in here. And then when this cures when this cures. So like in 30 minutes. And then you just pull this out and it, and then afterwards there might be a little bit of residue left from the silicone. The agent that cuts it is just 90% isopropyl alcohol. So when you're done with the bucket, instead of just putting back a sticky bucket, take some of this, wipe it out with a rag, and then it can go back. Okay,
And then you can.
So
And then
isopropyl
you can use it
alcohol
again.
acts like a solvent, right?
it's the solvent, yeah.
Did it need to be that thick?
No, it does, like,
Right.
they're kind of, also the thicker it gets, like,
Less flexible.
the less flexible it is too. So you could potentially get a couple of texture molds out of this if you want to do a little bit smaller and a little bit thinner. But yeah, okay, so we're gonna leave that for about 30 minutes. And now we're gonna talk about objects that, like Kazi's. Do you want to bring your tree bark over here? Thanks, Monik. I just wanted to make you carry some heavy stuff this morning.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
So Lee's piece, it has so many teeny little holes in it. Will it be able to be extracted from those little holes?
Yeah, that's a good question. So, like, this was a hole in, like, you know, where the manhole cover comes up. I, like, didn't clean out the dirt from that on purpose because I was like, I don't want it to just drip down into there, right? But it still dripped quite a bit. But silicone is flexible, so it will, like, Lee, do you have, can I look at that thing? It will be able to flex and lift out, but things I would avoid are like if it goes, so thinking about undercuts again, like if it goes down into the crevices in this direction, it can pull out easily that way. But if it goes like this and there's like an opening inside, the silicone's gonna go down in, and then you're not gonna be able to get the silicone out because there's a small opening.
Okay.
So this, I feel like we can probably get out, but this is the other thing, I'm like, if it's precious, I'm like, I don't know. It's risky. And also you have to spray it with mold release, with the
Oh, right.
release. So it might change the texture a little bit.
What about that one? Would that one be maybe easier to do? Or more?
I don't know.
But you could press
It's so many little.
It's so many little
you
things.
can wash
What
it
I would
out.
maybe do
And then
is do maybe like when there's do a test with a little bit of silicone on just a spot that you can't see very well,
Okay.
and then see if it'll pull out easily. And if it does, then go for it. But
Are you able to press that wood? You were saying press it into clay.
make a silicone mold with that.
silicone mold.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
that's
what you
a good
would have
idea.
Is like the reverse of it. Yeah. Okay, so if we have, just leave that right there for a minute, and I'll grab it. If we have an object that this is relatively flat, it, maybe it has a paddle or something. Let's say it's bigger on the back. You could build clay up. You can build a bed of clay up to the halfway point, right? Or you can also hot glue down to a piece of wood, or you can work directly on the table even, unless you're gonna go somewhere else or wanna be able to move it. But it'll release from plastic too. So you could, hot glue this directly to the table. And you just have to get rid of any undercuts. So I'm gonna hot glue this on here. Just to kind of show you. And I actually want that lip a little bit. Like I don't want to go all the way up to the halfway point because I want on my cast, I want to be able to, for it to feel three-dimensional. So I'm gonna go a little. What? Oh, Hansen.
Oops.
Oops.
You take it.
Oh. It's okay. And the cool thing about silicone is that it's flexible too. So it can accommodate for some of these smaller things. Okay, thanks. All right, so if it's hot glue, I'm gonna go around also and just fill these edges. Thanks, Mona.
You looked at it? Is there a reason why you're doing that instead of clay?
Just for ease. They're just both options. You can do one or the other. I'm gonna do clay on the other side. All right. So, and also if I want to put like a smiley face.
So there's a little bit of an undercut still.
There's a little bit of an undercut, but also if you like dig into it or something, I wouldn't dig into, like you don't want it to be, so like this is gonna have moisture on the inside, so you don't wanna cut into it, but oh, whatever.
He's a one-eye.
He's a one-eye guy.
You could
I
put one
don't
of
know.
these on.
Do I want this? Do I want this on here?
No.
Because I want you guys to be able to use it for whatever, but.
Smiley face cactus.
It's gonna be like SpongeBob.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then let's do clay on this other side. Like, I feel like it's just cleaner to do.
Yeah, it seems like the clay wants to go in the deeper
Yeah,
parts.
let's do that.
You could roll it really thin, like a really thin roll.
So I
And
have a
shove it
question.
under there.
Like for your mold you just poured,
Mm-hmm.
can you place things in it, like those beans? If you put a coating on it and you'll have a two-sided mold?
On top of it, you mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
You can try.
I mean, how would you get it off
I'm just worried that they'll sink down in
and touch the other
and
one?
touch the other.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I'm hot gluing because
You got a couple of those in this one.
we're eating cube. Yep.
Something else.
I can't believe how fast those glue sticks use up.
I know.
Yeah.
Could these molds be used directly on plaster or like joint compound or any other thing just to just stamp in the pattern?
Mm-hmm. Like if you want to
Just
use
like that, yeah.
clay?
Or still, no,
Um,
the silicone itself.
could it be pressed into
To give the shape or whatever before it hardens and dries.
exactly like this?
Yeah.
This is just this was extra plaster from last week that I poured when it was thick.
Right.
Which I'll show you.
But instead of pouring, like let's say it's already on your whatever you're
Uh-huh.
doing, can you
If it's
use it
wet-
to kind of just stamp it in or like kind of roll it?
If it's malleable still,
Yeah.
then yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I think we're pretty good. Yeah. All right. Then I'm gonna put my walls up. This one, you can see, is sitting a little higher, right? So I have to build higher walls, and I want at least like a 1/4 of an inch above the piece. So this one I am gonna have to cast thicker.
Does that mean you go in closer to the piece? Or
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go in like here.
Because otherwise you'd need like 2 bottles.
Yeah. I'm not gonna pour this one right now, just for time, but you get the idea. We do the same thing, make a basin, spray it, mix it, pour it on top. If you have smaller things, can I see your seashell?
So, can I ask you about this? So,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna do this end. This is, by the way, from one of my fruit trees that got burned.
Oh.
But, so do I need to cut this? I need to cut it, don't I?
Not necessarily. So if you can only get this much, you just build right over the top of it.
Oh,
You just
right over
build
the
clay
top.
right over the top.
Okay,
Yep, and for you, you would need to make sure that it's at least this high. So you'd go a little bit up here, and then yeah, so you're gonna cut yours a little bit down here. I'm really interested to see what this does because the silicone's gonna pull some of that charcoal
right.
basically off of like the
And-
char
and-
into the mold, and then the first thing you cast will have that imprinted.
Okay, I
on
liked
it.
the diagonal, but then there's all this space here. So now I'm thinking I'll just make a
Yeah, you could do that.
wall.
Or you could build up clay at this diagonal straight down.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay,
But places like this, the silicone's gonna go under there, so you'd have to build clay up under there as well. You know
okay,
what
well,
I mean?
maybe I won't. Maybe I'll do a different part, like from here.
Or you could hot glue it at the bottom, paper, so it won't be covered.
Hmm.
But she did it right there.
Yeah. Okay. And what about this?
I'm
I would
gonna
just
use one
have
of
to-
those right now too.
Okay,
All right,
glue this
y'all
all
know
down.
A lot of you know how to throw a slab, but you just throw throw a slab, build a slab, I don't know, whatever.
Roll a slab.
Roll a slab. You can just also, you can cut it off here. And then with something like this, we just need to look for the undercuts. So like
That's a pretty shell.
here, silicone would travel underneath there, so we would fill that with clay so that the silicone doesn't go underneath. But we could push it in so that it still gets that lip a little bit. We just need this to be more solid. So like, let's see, I'm gonna push it in. And then I have this area here that comes up. That's okay if you have like 1 or 2 areas like that. I'm gonna show you how to take care of it. You can also, this doesn't have to stay at a flat plane. It can move up and down along the object. Like say the widest point of the object moves like this. The widest point of this can fluctuate up or down. I'm gonna put a little bit here.
You can just pull the clay up to that.
You could also, yep, pull the clay up. Your little clay tools are gonna come in handy here. Okay.
There's still a hole there.
Is
Oh,
there?
no,
No.
there, it's just a shadow, sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Maybe in here, we'd also put some clay. I don't want to lose the details of the piece. I just want to make sure that clay isn't going to go into all those little tiny pieces, like those little tiny openings. That makes sense, yeah? Okay. All right. Again, you're going to build your walls. You don't need walls all the way out to here, right? Kazi, can I take a leaf that you're not going to use?
Yeah.
Like from your other?
So
Did you
those
do the
points aren't,
Mhm.
aren't gonna be,
I'm going to show you what to do with them in
Oh,
just
okay.
a sec. But you're right. Like what would happen with these points?
yeah, we rip off.
Yeah, it would seem like it wouldn't be able to demold, right?
I brought you a curvy leaf on
Oh,
purpose.
thanks. Make my life hard. Okay, so if you want to cast more here or make like a collection of things that make up a texture, you can also do that. So you can lay a bed of clay and you can press other things onto here
Oh, and they stick.
and they'll stick to the clay. But you're gonna have to make sure like they're nice and clean. So brush them off. But you can, you know, put a bunch of little things and make, you're like, put this in there, put this in there.
One on top of the
I
other.
mean, maybe I want to do positive and negative space. So maybe I want to use this as like to make a texture so that it casts the negative space of it, right? So you can make a little mold like this too, if you want to. So same way, build a wall, cast over the top, make sure that it's at least 1/4 to 1/2 inch above
What
your
do you do
piece.
if you have a piece like this that causes, like, and you want the leaves to stay attached?
Well,
You have to lay
actually,
it all out
I would put the leaf on upside down to that so that I get all the veins.
Hmm. And then
So
I would
could
say,
take off some of these and.
if you do that, just push this down in the clay till this edge
Yeah.
is above, so it
Okay.
would dip down below.
Okay,
Yeah.
and I'll take some of these off.
Okay, so these are like our texture press molds. And then this territory, we're also kind of getting to 1-part molds. And 1-part molds are, this is the story of my life, just like a million things. Can I help you? So because silicone is flexible, you can get away with like quite a lot with 1-part molds in terms of undercuts too. This object is a 1-part mold, right? That someone just hot glued down in here, poured this over the top, right? And then now we have an impression that we can cast this way. It was difficult to get out, so we just sliced it down one side so that we can get in here and get it out, right? And you guys all have molding banding straps that I have had you buy that you can wrap around here, or also tape. As long as you don't cut it completely in half, it should be able to go back to that form. So that's like a 1-part mold. Even something like this, like I made this, the mold of the horny toad, and this is a pretty big undercut, right? If we poured silicone down here, there's a pretty big undercut, but I can slice down in before I demold it. I slice down in till it hits the object, and then I have a release
Right.
area. So things like this, you can slice down. You can do one of two things. You can build up with clay to prevent the undercut. So I could build just a wall underneath here so it meets the base, or I could make relief cuts for demolding. Okay.
And when you're gonna mold it again, would you need to tape those closed?
This
or-
one, I mean, you can kind of see the line. You can kind of see the line.
not
on it,
much.
but not really. They're pretty good unless it's like a really big mold where it could get, disoriented or whatever. Like, it's pretty good. And I've used this a few times too. So
So again, if you were gonna do clay, like you
Uh-huh.
wanted a clay, whatever, lizard, you would pour plaster into this.
no. If you want to make a clay mold, then you have to, instead of pouring silicone, you pour plaster, and it's a different plaster. It's a pottery it's
First. No, but
Yeah.
I'm just,
You wouldn't use
sorry, what
silicone
I
at
meant
all.
was, what if you made a silicone mold first?
And then-
Because it's more flexible, so you have,
Yeah.
it's easier to work with?
Yeah.
Instead of
You have to
plaster?
cast something.
But then you have to cast something that cures into a silicone mold because it's like airtight.
So clay wouldn't work.
But no, I'm not saying do clay, because eventually you get to clay, so I'm just trying to follow the process. So you would first do the silicone or
Okay.
alginate.
Yeah.
Then would you do another alginate mold and then plaster on top of that? Do you know what I'm saying?
You have to find a material that's flexible that casts into silicone.
Into silicone. So like what material besides plaster?
You
can
could
cast
pour
into?
rubber. You could
Okay.
pour there's like urethane rubbers.
Uh-huh.
This isn't a urethane.
Could you pour alginate into that mold? Or more silicone?
You
Silicone
could,
against silicone.
don't do silicone on silicone.
Okay.
You could do a lot of mold release, really brush it in the mold, and do a urethane rubber, and that's flexible to get out. But the thing you have to think about when you're pouring,
When you
you're
do the
doing
clay,
like
you're
the
not
clay is
gonna
going to
have
be
the
rigid.
flexibility, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's a
So-
good point. Yeah, it's too bad you can't pass the clay. Like,
I
there's
know,
some
wouldn't it
hardener
be
you could put in the
great?
clay.
I don't
and you
know.
can
It would
cast.
be great if you could.
Yeah.
But
Because
if
slip
you-
casting is a lot harder
If
than
you
this.
poured, like liquid clay into there, wouldn't it dry through the top? No?
I mean, the top would dry, and then it would just be sealed underneath.
Oh, right, okay,
And then you'd take off the top, and you'd have liquid clay.
okay.
Yeah.
Can you
Um,
just like use mineral oil at the bottom of the time so that way, whatever you pour on top is not gonna actually attach to the bottom? It'll be easier
I
for
wouldn't.
people.
I haven't tried mineral oil, but I would avoid it just because there's a lot of things that make silicone not cure.
Got it.
Okay,
So-
one more question. So I have these anvil tools that my brother made,
Yeah.
and they're solid, they're big, solid ceramics. So what he did was poke all these holes in it. So I'm just wondering if you could do that.
In silicone?
Yeah, you got the clay in there, and then you
Oh yeah. Here, let
you
me-
poke a lot of holes so that there's places for the moisture to get out.
But for that, you could do a thing that's doing 3D printed. Plaster mold. And then
Oh,
pour
yeah.
silicone in. But look at this.
Ew.
So like, this is kind of what you're saying, talking like punching holes in clay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I want to make a whole sculpture of that.
Yeah.
Right?
Amazing.
And now
What was it?
it's gonna take forever to get back in.
How did you get that shape? I'll do it.
This is a 3D printed object.
Oh man.
And then the silicone he cast into the silicone.
Oh my god.
Or he built up walls here, right? And then poured the silicone down in.
All right, this is gonna be a challenge.
You're gonna have to do, yeah. Anyway, okay, other questions?
So
Before we
do
move
you
on to
use-
casting?
So what do you use like in terms of making big sculptures?
Huh?
What do we use to make big sculptures like molding? You know, like,
We're gonna
let's say like 8-feet sculptures, because I'm sure that that's expensive, right? So is there an alternative procedure
Well,
or protocol?
it's a good,
I mean,
it's just expensive.
so the reason why I bring this up is because
No,
I saw
let
the
me
picture of
see if
Buddha,
I can do this.
You know, like
I'm not
one
sure
of
I
these places where
can.
they sell sculptures, right? Big.
yeah.
And
I
looks
got
so
it
real.
really good
You know,
on
it's like
one
Buddha,
side,
the woman,
but
right, sitting down.
So you would do
On the other
you
side,
basically, so we're
another
making these
story.
thin molds, right?
Right.
This also,
But how would you mold something like that? That's the question.
later,
Oh, okay.
baby steps. So the last thing I want to talk to you about in terms of mold making when you're going like out in the wild, like what if you can't pour onto something flat? Like what if you want a palm tree texture that's like vertical? This is it's gonna level and drip, right? So we have to add thickener to side B. So there's also back there, if you do want to do something vertical, the Thivex, you just do, it's kind of like a feel thing. So you're trying to get it to like peanut butter consistency, side B, and then you mix in side A, and you're gonna do it in thinner layers than this. So you're gonna do at least 2 layers, and you're gonna brush it on. So your first layer, you'll mix about half or a third of it. Mix just like a drop of the Thivex, get it to like peanut butter consistency. And then you're gonna get some disposable chip brushes, and you're gonna really brush into the surface on the first one. If you have access, like in a cord, you can get a blow dryer and blow dry it into those crevices. I don't know. You're just trying to get it as close to the surface as you can. And then you need to mix the second layer of material like almost immediately right after, because you need to, the silicone is going to stick to the silicone, but it's best to do it in the cure time. So within that half hour, you need to mix and apply the second coat. Same thing with the third coat. Does that make sense? So you're applying within the cure time so that it's really adhering together. Yeah, so you can do like those were brush on molds, but that's how, like when you're making really giant molds, to save material, you brush on and then you make, if I wanted the tree trunk to like actually keep the shape, I would put a plaster mother mold around it to keep the shape.
So when you make a mold like this from a tree bark,
Uh-huh.
so when you use latex to do the same thing, you usually put like a layer of cheesecloth in between to give it strength.
Oh.
Would that hurt this?
It wouldn't hurt it. That would be
okay.
a great idea to like make it last longer. Totally. Yeah, cheesecloth in there would be, I just wouldn't do it on the first couple layers because you don't want it to get against the surface of the object. Yeah. Okay, are you guys doing okay? I know this is like a long, lots of listening day. It's okay. What time are we on? Okay, we're good. All right.
45 minutes.
Okay, we're getting close.
I know, I want to.
All right, let's talk about casting next.
We could make food, right?
Food?
Yeah, like a big steak. You can just mold it.
A steak?
A steak. What do we do?
Well, the steak has moisture in it, so you would need to.
That's really.
So things that have moisture, the silicone doesn't really want to cure next to moisture, and it doesn't want to cure. It doesn't want to cure next to like anything. It doesn't want. It wants to seep down into really porous things.
That commercial silicone that you can get at like Home Depot or whatever, that'll cure with moisture.
Oh, that's right. It will.
Because of the plumbing
That's
aspect.
what we have to do
right.
it also. We could always have to do a steak.
I mean, you could try it.
Wrap it up.
What I would do is I would make an alginate mold of the steak because it's literally body parts. Like for real, that's the material that I would make an alginate mold of a steak, plaster cast, silicone mold of a steak.
Got it.
Yeah. Okay. Casting. This is like the really cool fun part. So this
As
is
opposed to the other
This
one.
is mold making.
And now
we're
we're
gonna do casting. Okay. So I do. How many of you have been to Reynolds? Okay, a few of you did go. I really want you to go to Reynolds and just check out the materials because I want you guys to have some say in terms of like what the materials that we get are. Some of them I've decided for you, like the Mold Star. And in casting, I have a couple that I would recommend. But if there's something that all of you are like, ooh, I gotta have that, like, we'll get that too.
Do they give student discounts?
They do.
10%.
Oh,
You have to have your
But also we
physical
have-
ID.
The coolest thing about this, you guys, not the cool, there's a lot of cool things about it, but like, this stuff is expensive and it's really cool to be able to work with, and we have grant funding from the foundation to buy materials for you guys to work with. So like, I don't know, lucky you.
Yeah. Very lucky.
Okay, so plaster first, which you guys know, but in terms of casting into these molds, I wouldn't, if you just pour it on, it's gonna run off of these molds. So I would mix your plaster till it's really thick. What do we wanna put it on? You can see the examples here. I'm gonna cast something else in there. Do I need to demo plaster for you guys? This is hydrocal plaster, not the pottery plaster. So this is for casting. 1 part water, 2 parts plaster. Mix plaster into water. And you're gonna mix it until, let's just do it. Let's just do it.
This is different from what we use for our
This is
hands?
what you used for your hands.
Okay.
Yeah. So 1 part water, 2 parts plaster. What are we gonna put it in?
Hydropower is the best. Where do you get that one from, Professor?
Where do you think? Reynolds.
Reynolds as well? Oh my goodness.
Honey, will you go get me a little bit more hydrocal? And I mix with my hand just so I can feel all the things. You don't have to have a glove. But remember, this doesn't go down the sink because it's gonna go from liquid to hard. I would also recommend, I didn't do this, but I would do hot water, like if you're trying to get it to set up faster. Because I'm gonna be here mixing for a minute.
Pushing it.
If you wanna pause the video.